everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie. I hope you are doing well, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a make with me. Today I have been making these little Matchbox Christmas decorations. So I've literally just used a matchbox or a template for a matchbox, and I have also kind of upgraded with a little bit of Christmas tree decorations that I got from Tesco's. So if I just show you here, we've got this one here that's got a lovely kind of, it's a bit like a vignette kind of deal in there, and then we've got some seed beads as well. So it's a little bit of a mixed media Christmas decoration. Now these cutouts and things, it's a mixture of everything. I think it is from Eggplant, the eccentric eggplant, and also from Artymaze as well. So I'll link both of their shops down below, and you can have a look there and do like some of the fussy cut bits and pieces down below. So I thought I would just go through how I made these, and if you want to stick around, that'd be great. So the die that I'm using is this Matchbox die. It comes with the actual template for the Matchbox, and it also comes with, I'll show you, it should be here in my little box of tricks. This one here. This is the wraparound as well. So I've got the wraparound and the actual Matchbox. I'm sure that there are plenty of Matchbox type of dies out there. I think Tim Holtz has just come out with one. So but that's what I've used to create my matchboxes. If you've already got matchboxes, then you're halfway there already. So I've already gone ahead and cut out one of the matchboxes. Now it actually just cuts everything out, and it does all the score lines. So I'm just going to fold everything that needs to be folded, and then we can glue the matchbox as well. So just folding all these bits like so, and then we can get to gluing and decorating. So to begin with, when I make these boxes, I don't really like to see these flaps. So I'm going to glue these two sections down first, and I'm literally just using Anita's tacky glue. I'm just going to glue this little section down first. So I'm just going to glue that down first, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue the next section together. So just pop that down there, and then glue that along there. Okay, just pop in with the back of my pokey tool just to push that all down. That's the first side. And we'll glue the second side all the way down. Oh, I've just had the most amazing, and I know I shouldn't say this because I made it myself, but I've just had the most amazing apple and blackberry crumble. Blackberries I foraged myself back in September, and we popped them in the freezer, and we've just had them now. Oh, they were delicious. They were absolutely delicious. So I'm really full at the moment. So I'm now just gluing this side down like so. So we've now got our two sides, or the two sides, glued down. So now I'm just going to glue these flaps. So I'm going to glue this flap onto here, and then we can glue down the rest, and this just hides all of our workings into the matchbox there. So I'm literally just going to hold that, line everything up, and hold that together. I just like to hold it together for a few seconds, And then you make sure that it adheres properly. And then we will do the same on this side. Nice bit of glue. Line everything up. And then just hold for a few seconds. Like so. And we'll do the same on the other side. So now we've glued all them bits together, I'm just going to glue these sides. So just do this little flap here. Just glue that down just on there. Make sure that's all nicely glued. Flip it over. We'll do the other side while that side's setting. Do that on that side. And then when you bring down these flaps, this is when it's going to cover the smaller flaps that we just did. So just go into there and then down there as well. And then if you have a look here, you can see this bit here, and you're literally just going to fold that straight in. And then push that down. And then that hides everything and keeps it all nice and neat and tidy. And you can do the same again on this side. The card that I'm using is just old file folders that's left over from other projects, such as making my junk journals and things like that. And speaking of junk journals, I've got a bit of a confession to make. My junk journal that I started, I filmed everything, and I don't know what, it just hadn't picked up any of the sound. It was out of focus. I just don't know. It just, and I'd done everything. So I wasn't best pleased with that, but never mind. These things are sent to try us. So I've already gone ahead and cut out a another section with the die, but we're not going to use all of it because I want to cover the outside. I'm literally going to cut down to here. So we're going to get rid of the outer, kind of the outer skin, so to speak, the outer flaps. So you're literally just going to cut that one away. That one away. Get rid of that one, and then the last one there. So then you're just move these out of the way. You're just covering this section. So just going to fold everything as well, because when that die cuts out, it actually puts in like the score. So it scores it for you as well as cuts it, which is amazing. And then we'll just bring in those little flaps, and so then they're all ready to go. So just open everything up now, and then I'm going to glue in the back, this section here, and we'll just glue. Obviously you can use whatever papers you want. You could use coffee dyed papers if you wanted to stamp on them. This is just an old 6x6 pad that I've had for a while, and I just had all sorts of different plaids on, and I just hadn't got round to using them. So I thought, do you know what? Now's the time. So then I'm going to now glue this side. So we're going to do as we did with the actual initial box and do the shorter sides first. So I'm going to take this, so we're going to take the whole of the top there, bring that up, and then bring in the sides like so, and then that just makes sure everything is nice and neat. So that just all glues in there. Lovely. Do the same on the bottom. Just there with the glue. Up and then bring your flaps, the side flaps in. Okay. So we're now just going to bring up our side flaps as well. So we'll glue those down. One up there. And do the other side. And one up there. So we've now got the outer box ready. Decorate this as you will. So for this center, I'm going to use a little bit of music paper. So I'm just going to take my die. Just move everything out of the way. I'm just going to take my die, and all I'm going to do is draw around this center section here with a pencil. Just get my pencil, and I'm just going to line everything up and then just draw around the inside of there and simply cut that out. As I said, this is a good way of using up little scraps as well, because it's a nice way of kind of creating something a little bit different, but you've got all of the scraps there together. So we'll just cut that out like so. And then I'm going to get I've got a piece of paper somewhere. Here we are. I'm just going to get this. This is just so I can ink. So I'm going to ink around the edges of this, and I'm going to use Distress ink, good old Distress ink, and I'm using Walnut Stain. And I've just got a shaving brush, and I'm just going to pull in the ink. If you want to, you can ink up the Matchbox as well, just on the corners, just to give it that age look if you want. I'm just going to age up that piece of music paper. Get rid of that, and then I'm going to pop that on the inside there, like so. So I'm just going to glue, in fact I'll glue the paper, probably easier. So I'm going to just pop that inside of there. So now we are creating the inside of our vignette. So that's what we've got so far. So we're kind of building up and building up. You can, if you want to, then do the insides if you want with these bits here and things like that, but I'm just going to leave that nice and plain. So to decorate on the inside, I'm going to use this is a cutout from artymaze, or these are cutouts from artymaze, and I'm going to use this section here. I've got the 25, and I'll probably go with one of these little sayings down here. So first I'm just going to cut out along here. As I say, I shall link artymaze's shop below. She has some fantastic things. I think she's just created some more fussy cut pieces on her shop. So I'm just going to cut that down, and then I'm going to make it a little bit more rigid and glue it to some white card. You're not going to see the card, but I just like to make it a little bit more rigid. So I'm literally just going to glue this down. And if you've printed it on card, then, which is probably what I should have done, but you never know, you know me. Right, press that down, let that dry, and then I'm just going to do the same with this. Cut out the 25. My pencil case is downstairs with everything in it, so I'm just going to use it's got my distressing tool in it, but never mind. You can always use your scissors as a distressing tool. And I'm just going to distress around the edge of that, and then glue that down. And then what word am I going to use? Did I say? Actually, I'll just see how that all cuts out first, and then you can see if we actually need any words. So I've been listening to Christmas music today, just to get in the mood. I mean, you'd think working in retail like I do, the last thing I want to be doing is listening to Christmas music, because I'm going to be hearing it for the next 6 weeks, but I love it. So I think I'm going to pop that in there, but I'm going to use some 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional even pads just there. I think these are my last ones of these. I'm going to have to get some more. I'm going to pop that in, my little vignette. So that's going to sit inside there, and we'll get our 25 like that, and just cut round the corners. What I might do with this one, I might actually just ink this one up. The other one, I don't think this one needed inking up, because Andrea's already gone ahead and done that for us, which I love about vintage printouts sometimes, because you don't have to. You can if you want to, but you don't have to ink up the edges. So just pop that to one side there. Right, so I'm going to pop that probably actually in there. I think I might just leave it at that. So we'll use one more of these dimensionals just to give it a little bit more dimension. So we'll pop that. I'm just going to pop that on there like so. So that's what we've got so far. So now what I want to do is I want to create the little handle on the top, so you can pop that onto your tree. So I'm going to eyeball. If you want to measure, you can measure. But I'm literally just going to eyeball the center of my Matchbox, and then just pop a little hole in. So I've already gone ahead and popped some seed beads into a pot. If you're interested in what seed beads these are from Miyuki, and they are an 11O, and they are called, I'll just take this number off, they are opaque chocolate brown, and they're an 11O, so that's what size seed bead I am using. And then I'm going to use some 0.4 wire, and this is just a gold. I've misplaced my cutters, and these are the worst cutters. Anyway, so I'm just literally going to thread some of these on, and then I will be right back. It just depends on how big you want your loop at the top of your decoration as to how many beads and the size of your beads. If you've got bigger beads, obviously you're going to use less. If you've got smaller beads, you're obviously going to use more. So I'm just going to pop these on, and then I will be back. Right then, so I've moved those aside. I've now got my required amount of beads. I haven't counted them. But all I'm going to do is keep them in a loop and try and push these up like so. I'm just going to go and close my door. My son's on this computer and he doesn't have an inside voice. Right, I've just got to shut the door on him. So I am going to create a little loop like so. And then I'm just going to take my thumb and index finger and just twist, and that just keeps it nice and tight. You don't want to twist too many times. So you've got something that looks a little bit like that. Pop that through the hole, and then I'm literally just going to wind the wire. So I'm going to come back up through the front of the matchbox and then wind the wire around the base of the loop a few times, and then I'm just going to cut. Make sure you're cutting the wires that you need and not the actual thing off. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. So there is your little section at the top there. You could leave it at that, but we are going to add a Christmas decoration on the end. Here is said Christmas decoration, and I'm going to pop a little hole just in the underside, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to put this through as is, and then we can adjust accordingly. It's a bit difficult because you've got all these little threads at the end of like tinsel and stuff. And what I might do is just trim this down a little bit, and then it's a little bit easier to get that in like so. I'm just going to pop that in and just grab it on the other side. Hopefully, I just need to make that hole a bit bigger. You could put an eyelet in if you wanted to make it a little bit more. I'm going to see if I can push that through there. You know, when you're not on camera, everything goes okay, and then as soon as you turn that camera on, I don't know why it does it, but it just does. Come on. There, oh. There we go. Right, I'm just gonna pull that through there. There we are. And then just create a bigger knot, and then we can cut away the excess. So we're going to do a nice knot on the end, and that is not going to go anywhere, and just cut at the top there. So we've now got the basis of the Christmas decoration. Now I'm just going to go and have a look around for a bit of trimming to perhaps go around the edge. And I did have some little bows somewhere, but I somehow seem to have misplaced them. So I don't know where they've gone. But I'm going to go and have a look for a little bit of a trim. So I shall be back in a sec. Okay, so I've just found some red grosgrain ribbon. I'm hoping that's going to work, that we've got enough. I think we have. So I'm just going to start from the top. You don't have to do this, but I just like the look of it. I'm just going to start from the top. So any type of trimming that you've got, let's give it a cut down. If you've got anything with tassels on, beaded trim, anything like that, just glue that down. Just to add a little bit of detail to the edge, and it just kind of meets all of that you've just done there as well. So it kind of covers up anything if you've either made a mistake, or not that there's mistakes, is there? what is it? Bob Ross says, happy little accidents. So we just pop this all around it. As I say, it's a really good way of using up your scraps. So if you've got scraps left over from a project, perfect way of using everything and creating something that's handmade that you can pop on your tree every year. So that is all of those done, and I hope you enjoyed creating along with me. As I say, I will put all of the links to the shops below. Don't forget to go to Tesco to get your Christmas decorations, or any other outlet, I guess. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that little bit of festive inspiration, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye.